Many people know about Pac-Man, but very few people know about his family tree. Well, Heyellow, I'm Sam, and it's time that we change that. Of course, the tree begins with good old Pac-Man from the original arcade cabinet. Mrs. Pac-Man introduces us to his wife alongside a short cutscene introducing to his son Pac-Man Jr. Our next family member is Baby Pac-Man, introduced in the pinball machine Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man before going to star in her own game, the titular Baby Pac-Man. Following his little sister, Pac-Man Jr. also gets his own game, where he falls in love with the ghost Yum Yum, daughter of the ghost Blinky from the original Pac-Man. Pac-Man's family tree then remains untouched until 2005's Pac N Roll, which gives us some information on Miss Pac-Man's family. Of course, there's Miss Pac-Man, or as she was known before she married Pac-Man, Pac-Girl. There's her dad, Pac-Master, her mom, Mrs. Pac-Master, and her sister named Pac-Baby, not to be confused with Baby Pac-Man we mentioned earlier. Also, fun fact, according to the Japanese website for Pac N Roll, Pac-Master later goes on to become Professor Pac-Man, adding him to the family tree too. So far, it's not too complicated, but that's about to change with Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. According to an interview with a Namco employee, the Pac-Man from Ghostly Adventures, Pacster, is the son of the original Pac-Man. Alright, except for the fact that we already know Pacster's parents, and not only do they have different names, but also completely different designs. Okay, so let's assume Pacster is the original Pac-Man. That doesn't work either. An important part of the Ghostly Adventures lore is that Pacster is one of, if not the last Yellow Pac person alive after Space Hitler hired a parody of the Terminator to genocide all the Yellow Pac people. Which, as you might imagine, explicitly contradicts the backstory of Pac N Roll. So without just saying Ghostly Adventures is non-canon, how does Pacster fit into the family tree? Well, what if he's a descendant of the classic Pac-Man? Pac-Man Land and World show us that Pac-Man lives in a relatively modern-day universe. Meanwhile, Ghostly Adventures has more futuristic technology and architecture, along with referencing the original Pac-Man, implying it takes place in the future. Okay, so we've got Pacster linked up to the family tree. Now we can get to his family members. As I mentioned earlier, we know about Pacster's parents. His dad is named Zach, and his mom is named Sunny. Sunny has an older sister named Spheria, who is still alive and takes care of Pacster in the modern day. While not officially in a relationship, Spheria has mutual feelings for the scientist Circumference. Similarly, Pacster has his own love interest with the character Cylindria. We know that Cylindria lives with her father named Moondog, her mother Starchild, and her unnamed grandmother. Blinky from Ghostly Adventures is also probably a descendant of classic Blinky if we're going off the logic that Pacster is a descendant of classic Pac-Man. Luckily, that ends the Ghostly Adventures section, and we can pretty much wrap up this family tree. In Pac-Man World Repack, we're introduced to Pac-Man's wife, Pac-Mom, his son Pac-Boy, and his daughter Pac-Sis. This may seem confusing at first, but these are just a retcon version of Pac-Man's existing family members due to legal issues, so they're not separate characters. And that's Pac-Man's complete family tree. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, and as always, remember to stay hydrated. Bye!